Hi, I'm Simon and I'm a Misfit.
And I'm Adam and I'm a Misfit too.
So welcome back to our video series of how to make an old pensioner who will be sitting down feeding birds from his hands. In this video we're going to show you the very first step to making a shoe. So we're going to make a shoe out of big mesh, and the reason we're making a shoe and not bare feet is because he's going to be wearing shoes. So the very first step is to draw an outline of the sole of the shoe. So we have the outline of the sole of the shoe. We want to draw a line 2 centimeters in to make a smaller version, because remember we always want to make an allowance for cement. So the next step, we take a sheet of the small mesh which is big enough to cover the surface area of the actual shoe. And what you do, you take your marker and mark the mesh.
Now that we have the outside of our shoe marked out, we're just going to take our snips and cut it out.
And now we take our pen again and we mark the line for the smaller shape of the shoe, where it's 2 centimeters on the inside. So now we're taking a sheet of the big mesh. Basically we want to cut a small strip which is going to reinforce this, make it a little bit more robust. And where the prongs extend past this line, we just fold it up. Now we take the small mesh, we put it right over the top so that the inside line matches the inside line on our page, and the prongs that are pointing up can secure it together. Now we're going to take snips and we're going to cut a line from the outside line to the inside line on the small mesh every about 2 centimeters. Now we fold up each strip.
Now we take a strip of big mesh, 1 square wide, leaving prongs on both sides, and make sure it's long enough to go all the way around your shoe. And make sure you fold all the prongs in at a 90-degree angle all the way down one side.
Let's take a look at the shoe we used as a model again. You'll notice the toes are really quite flat, and then it ramps up quite significantly. We're going to simulate this with the metal mesh model we're doing now. We're going to make a cut at the toes so we can fold down the front part. Now we take a 2-strip piece which is just long enough to cover off the top of the toes, and we tie that in. So now we add 2 more pieces in the exact same manner, but this time creating the incline. So now what we do, and this is the final step, is to add 1 strip here and 1 strip here, which will allow us to attach the shoe to the body when we get to that stage.
Now we've completed the foot for our sculpture, and this means we have hands, we have feet, we have arms, we have legs, we have torsos. Anything else?
Head.
And we have the head, and that brings us to our next video. We are going to small mesh the head, which is super cool because you start to see the detail, and the wire mesh sculpture really starts to come to life.
Until then, see you next time.
See you next time.